What if nearly half of your own party thinks you shouldn't lead into the next big election? That's exactly the tension now gripping the UK Conservative Party. A newly published YouGov poll reveals that 50% of Tory members believe Kemi Badenoch should not be the party's leader at the next general election, putting her position in serious jeopardy. Here's an in-depth look at what this poll means, how we got here, and where the Conservative Party may be headed next. The poll, what it actually found. The YouGov survey, conducted between September 26th and October 2nd, 2025, sampled 652 Conservative Party members. The results were startling. 50% of respondents said Kemi Badenoch should not lead the Conservatives into the next general election, while 46% said she should remain leader. In the same poll, 49% believe she'll be ousted before that election, and 47% believe she'll still be around. When asked who they would prefer as leader, Robert Jenrick, who lost to Badenoch in the 2024 leadership contest, emerged as the top alternative with 46% support ahead of Badenoch's 39%. Despite the lukewarm support on leadership continuation, Badenoch still enjoys favorable personal ratings among many. 70% of respondents held a favorable opinion of her, while 29% had an unfavorable view. The results portray a party deeply divided over its next steps and its leadership. Context: how we got here. The 2024 leadership race. Kemi Badenoch became the Conservative Party leader in late 2024 after defeating Robert Jenrick in a members' ballot. Her victory marked the first time a black woman led a major UK political party. However, her leadership began under a challenging environment. The Conservatives had just suffered their worst election defeat in decades, reduced to 121 seats. Leadership style and direction. Badenoch's emphasis on culture war themes, immigration, and hardline positions has drawn both support and criticism. Some members argue that her approach distracts from bread and butter issues like cost of living, public services, and economic recovery. Moreover, internal party fractures between moderates, hardliners, and advocates of aligning more closely with Reform UK have intensified since her ascent. Weak polling and electoral pressures. The Conservatives remain deeply unpopular with the broader electorate. Some polls place them behind Labour, the Liberal Democrats, and especially Reform UK, which is pulling support from traditional Tory voters. With local elections approaching in 2026 and the next general election due in 2029, many party members worry that Badenoch may not be the figure capable of turning things around. The YouGov poll reflects that unease. The poll, what it suggests, and why it matters. Leadership legitimacy is eroding. A party leader whose own membership is nearly evenly split on her continuation faces a legitimacy crisis. The splintering of support weakens authority and internal coherence. Robert Jenrick rises as alternative. Jenrick, Badenoch's rival in the 2024 leadership race, now benefits from the weakness in her support. He is being seen as a credible successor by a significant segment of the party. Risk of internal coup or leadership challenge. With internal dissatisfaction clear, the party may see formal or informal challenges. If key MPs, donors, or factions withdraw support, Badenoch's position could become untenable. Strategic dilemmas on direction. The poll may force Badenoch and the party to recalibrate strategy, whether to double down on her agenda, pivot toward more moderate policies, or seek alliances, for example with Reform UK, to broaden appeal. Public perception and electability. Electorally, a divided party may look unstable to voters, compounding existing issues of trust, fragmentation, and competition from other parties. What to watch next? 1. Formal challenges or leadership reviews. Will any faction move to call a vote of confidence or leadership contest? 2. Donor and institutional backing. Where key financial and party institutions stand could be decisive. 3. Policy shifts or rebranding. Badenoch might adjust tone or policy direction to appease discontented wings. 4. Jenrick's moves. How aggressively he campaigns for support or positions as an alternative. 5. Electoral impact. Whether the party loses more ground in local by-elections or public perception shifts further. 6. Media and narrative control. How Badenoch handles communication, diffuses criticism, or frames this poll in public discourse. A somber moment for conservative politics. The YouGov poll has exposed a fault line in the Conservative Party, one that could fracture further if not managed deftly. Badenoch must now contend not just with opposition parties, but with her own membership's doubts about her leadership viability. If she survives this storm, she will have to reconcile competing factions, broaden her appeal, and show tangible signs of electoral revival. If she doesn't, the party could enter a turbulent leadership transition mid-cycle, a risky prospect in British politics. Regardless of what happens, one thing is clear. This poll wasn't just a reading of opinions, it's a warning shot. The future of the Conservatives may depend less on who opposes them externally and more on whether they can keep their own house intact.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this update and want to stay informed with fast, reliable news, don't forget to subscribe to Newsflash 360. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Your next headline is just seconds away.